What's up, guys? I'm back from my trip to Canada, back in the gym. Had a little bit of setback in training. I was having a deadlift session before my talk in Kelowna, and on my second rep with 665 pounds on deadlift, I felt a pop in the backside, back inner side of my leg. So I stopped, set it down, and then it got kind of sore over a few hours. I think it was just a very minor strain of my adductor. Keeping that in mind, I've got a squat session on tap today. I'm going to start out with very slow tempo, just seeing what's there, working up to whatever I can do with very little discomfort, and then we're going to go from there. If that's 300 pounds, it's 300 pounds. If it's 200 pounds, it's 200 pounds. If it's 500 pounds, it's 500 pounds. Well, I'm going to go slow, we'll do enough warm-ups. I'm just going to be cautious to make sure I don't make it worse, because I think if I'm very aggressive with how I treat this, in a few weeks I'll be back to training full strength. So we're going to be cautious today, but still get some work. We're not there yet. So, I didn't like aggravate it too much, but I can just tell I'm gonna be thinking about it too much. So when I start midway up, I can feel it get a little tight. So we're gonna ditch that. We're gonna go over, we're gonna try and do a little bit of feet forward Smith machine. If that doesn't work, we'll go to the hack squat by that. If that doesn't work, we'll just do leg extension. So again, it's not ideal, but I know the rate's been continuing to feel better. If I treat it very aggressively, I'll be fine. But if I fuck around and start trying to push this, that's all I'll get in trouble. So we're going to start this today. I used to kind of have this mentality of like, well, if I can't do it exactly the way it was written, it's going to be a waste of time. And you know, the reality is I've gotten older. Through sheer volume of messing myself up, I realized that sort of mentality doesn't really help that much. So what I'm going to do on these, I'm actually going to do a controlled eccentric and concentric. Just slowing down the movement, you know, trying to make sure that positionally I'm good and I'm not having some pain. Because right now, I'm going to hesitate no matter what, just because of it being such a new sort of injury. And so just slowing it down purposely is going to take away some of that anxiety. That's better. I didn't really feel anything. I can still feel that it's tight. I can tell if I got out of position, I would aggravate it. So again, I'm going to take slower jumps than I usually would. And I just understand that, you know, whatever I can do today is whatever I can do today. So again, not going to depth, going slow tempo each way. You know, again, ideal? No. But the goal today is I cannot win nationals and I cannot win worlds today. But I can certainly lose it. So the goal is just to get some tension on that tissue. Also, if you can do some movement in the range where you've had that injury, you can actually kind of reduce your sensitivity to that pain. And over time, we're going to walk this up. So what may happen is this week, we're just doing this. Next week, maybe I'm doing this, but I'm going deeper. The following week, maybe I'm able to switch to a regular tempo squat, those sorts of things. So we're going to progress this back up. And it's a snowball effect. So right now, it can be disheartening because I can look at this and be like, I'm only 285 pounds. You know, I'm squatting double this regular squats a week ago. But usually slow at the start for recovery, and then by the end it's snowballing. So I have full faith we'll be back. It's got 18 weeks to get it, so I'm not worried. Well, that's how full perspective. It's actually kind of good this happened when it did, because I was actually kind of starting to feel beat up in training in some other body parts. So this will give me kind of a forced deload, forced taper. Hopefully get some better recovery for everything else. And then by the time this is healed up, I'll be really fresh. There's probably kind of a boring training update, but I think it's really important for you guys to also see like things don't always go according to plan. In fact, one of the cruxes of my speech that I gave last week was that basically fuck your plan, because no plan, everyone's got a plan until they get punched in the face. And so this is like getting punched in the face in terms of, okay, setback came up, was not expected, can't plan for it, it's gonna happen, okay? So I can either ruminate on that and just not come to the gym, or I can do what I can right now, as imperfect as it may be, to make incremental progress forward or just not slide backwards. So right now, that's progress. Sometimes preventing the loss of progress is progress. So that's where we're at right now. I think it's really important for you guys to see this, to understand that this stuff is going to happen as a high level lifter. Whenever you're pushing and you're advanced already, and you're pushing to get stronger and more muscular, the amount and dosage of training it is going to take to do that is always going to put you at increased risk for some sort of pain or injury. And so it's going to happen, and you just have to be ready to work around it and accommodate for it, and that's okay. Some people will call me injury prone, and I don't think I'm injury prone at all. I'm just one of the only people who actually talks about it as it happens. And the reason people don't like talking about it is because then a bunch of uneducated people are going to give them advice on what they did wrong, why they got injured, or what they should be doing to not get injured. And so to that, I can say that I work with some of the best people in the world when it comes to pain and injury prevention and treatment. And you can take your uneducated opinions and shove them up your backside. What's also funny is almost exclusively people telling you what you did wrong or telling you how to fix it are people who are not advanced lifters, not even competitors, just DYELs sitting on their couch criticizing other lifters, which I always find hilarious. I could feel it, didn't hurt. So we're gonna go up a little bit, see how it feels. Again, just trying to work on some kind of stimulus. The other thing to remember is what it takes to maintain what you've built and the strength you've built is far, 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 far less than what it takes to actually build it. So just by being able to get something in, we're working on that tissue resilience, getting some range of motion back, building slowly some confidence back in the movements, and we're preventing a backslide. So in a way, there's a lot of different things that are actually in a positive direction right now. Is it ideal? No. But never let perfection be the enemy of progress. So we touched it there just a little bit, which is what we wanted. But that's as heavy as I'm going to take it. I'm just going to do one more single with that, and we're done. And then the idea is next week we'll progress that by either increasing the range of motion, increasing the weight, both, and then hopefully within a few weeks I'll be back to regular competition tour. At least some variation of that. Super conservative, be aggressive with my treatment and recovery this week, get plenty of sleep, and after I go to Nationals this year, it's another comeback story. Alright guys, well, as you saw, not the ideal training session, but walking out of it, no worse than I came in, and I got a little bit of work in, lots of movement. We're just going to continue to build this snowball, and I'll no doubt hear how I'm feeling in 4 to 6 weeks is going to be way different than how I'm feeling right now. And as it just so happened, it's time for me to take a taper anyway. So it'll all work out. I have faith. I believe that I can still go back, do better than I did last time, win another national championship, win another world championship. But that starts with being smart and playing the long game. We play chess, they'll play chess. Guys, one of the great things about the Biolayne workout builder is if you have injuries or pain or something like that that you need to work around, you can sub in different exercises, different tempos in the workout builder. You aren't confined to just one exercise for most things. You have a plethora of options, and the builder allows you to choose whatever fits in your particular situation. If you're not injured, then whatever your exercise preference is or whatever you feel like works better for you. So, make sure you click the link in the description, sign up for the workout builder. It's only $12.99 a month, and with that you get access to all of our evidence-based programming. Make sure you check that out, links in the description. I'll catch you guys next week.